Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Numythrandor, and today we are continuing Homeward, He Who Caught the Wind. And it's time we finally got around to the minigames. So let's begin with Echoes of Memory. Now I believe this one is inside the headquarters in Jean's office. If I remember correctly, this is tied into the little bubble world that Alice and Nicole made. Ah yes, so it is. Now then. Starfell Lake. There are 3 discrepancies. You can still picture the moment your journey began. You remember how it felt to take that first step, and the weight of every word you shared. Alright. Let's see how easy it'll be to actually find the discrepancies. In Alice's magic bubble, some things differ from the real world. Use the spotter camera to document these discrepancies and assist Nicole with the debugging process to obtain corresponding rewards. Discrepancies that you have found are saved in the discrepancy log on the left for easy reference. When players fail to find new discrepancies for some time, more clues will appear in the discrepancy log. Alright. Well, straight away, we have the Klee statue. As Ether put it, the Cleven statue. Ah, so there are 4 discrepancies in total. That's definitely a discrepancy. Except for some reason I'm not allowed to photo it from here. Dodo Fortress, eh? Okay. Nope.
Oh, it's Eula and... Clarand? You're here in Mondstadt?
That's an interesting pairing. I'm pretty sure they've never spoken before, so this ought to be interesting.
Yes. I received an invitation to exchange swordsmanship techniques. I'd heard of the single-handed sword form of Favonius blade work. But, after crossing swords with Miss Eula, it turns out the Knights of Favonius are quite accomplished with the greatsword as well.
You're quite an accomplished swordsman yourself. Although I suppose that's to be expected of the champion duelist. Even over a few short rounds, I feel like we've learned a lot from each other.
This is a good place to spar.
For sure! You don't have to worry about breaking stuff or accidentally hurting anyone nearby! That's right. There also appear to be automatic harpasta launchers in the area.
Ah, that's one of your local traditions, isn't it? Shall we have ourselves a game, then?
Why not? You should know, though, I'm not easy to beat at this game. Hold on. No muskets allowed.
Oh. Why not? Doesn't it still count as hitting the harpastum?
I see.
A sword's range is limited, though, so it wouldn't be fair.
Ah, of course. Then you should use a gun as well. Voila, problem solved.
Except that as far as I'm aware, Eula has never picked up a rifle in her life. And as a result, her marksmanship would be questionable. I don't doubt that she could pick it up, but just suddenly picking up an unfamiliar tool or weapon probably wouldn't end very well. Oh, isn't this? I'm pretty sure this was from one of the summer events.
Sure would be convenient if we could build a choo-choo cart track straight from here to Mondstadt.
An express line right to the best fish blasting spot?
Oh, okay. Might not be the best idea.
Let's see. I wonder if we'll get any more visitors. Let's see, nothing else is jumping out at me. Oh, that beam of light, eh? Oh, is that a sword? Ah, so it is, and razor. Oh, looks like I have to photograph the sword first. Familiar phantom greatsword. Ah, now I can talk with him.
Razor? What are you doing here? And shouldn't this thing be in Wolvenden?
Fiery woman came to take Lupacol. I said no.
You stopped her?
She backed down, but then said I would do just as well. This sword is here, for now. I am here to protect it.
Hold on, let Paimon get this straight. Alice was planning to bring Boreas here, but you stopped her. So, she took the illusion of the sword and left you to guard it instead. That would make the trial of Boreas the trial of Razor now, wouldn't it?
Tell me, Razor, what would happen if someone tried to claim this sword?
We fight. I protect Lupacol.
Wow! Looks like Paimon's guess was spot on. Don't worry, Razor. No one's gonna take this sword. It's not even real.
Not real?
Let's leave the explanations to Nicole.
Alice's scheming claims another victim, huh? Let's take the photo and get Razor out of here.
Not real. I don't get it.
Looks like Alice managed to whisk poor Razor into this little world, and he didn't even realize, apparently, that it was a false world. Alright. I believe that's everything for this particular section of Mondstadt. Once again, I was not expecting Clarand and Eula. And I'm wondering who else is going to be turning up. Considering how much Moika featured in Varka's questline dealing with Andreas in the north, it would be nice for her to actually turn up here in Mondstadt. Though, I suppose she might not have the luxury. After all, she is the Archon. And unlike Varka, who has Jean to pick up the slack while he's away, I don't know whether or not Moika has a second-in-command that she could pass things off to for a vacation. On to Mondstadt's main plaza. No matter where your journey leads, you always find yourself back among the dandelions, listening to the steady ring of the anvil before the city gate. Well, they mentioned the anvil, but alas, it doesn't seem that the discrepancy is the anvil itself. Let's see. Oh. And we have... Huh. Oh. Hello there. You're not supposed to be here. Or at least not right there. Hello, Lieben.
Hey there, friend.
Wait, what are you doing here?
Well, we couldn't just drag Catherine in here, could we? What would the Real Adventurers Guild do without her? Not that she ever shows it on the outside, but she's one busy bee, that's for sure. I mean, just think about how much time it must take to travel between all the different nations.
Yeah. I'm going to leave that well alone.
Anyway, I heard this whole world was constructed for magic. Incredible stuff. Even the books on this shelf are real. Not a single prop to be found. Huh. I really gotta take a better look around once this gig's done.
So, some arrangement as always? Same arrangement, yeah.
Not today, I'm afraid. The funds I need haven't transferred in yet.
Oh well.
Once I've earned enough more from this trip, I'll open up shop at the usual spot.
The person who does this job is the one who gives me my daily Prima Gems, you know.
True, but it doesn't seem like the people who created this place set up anything like that. Hey, why don't I go ask for some, and then we all can have a few? Huh. But could we even take them back into the real world? That's the question.
Nice way of sidestepping rewarding us with free primos, isn't it? Hello there. Iktomisor. I was right about the Natlan connection, just not by the degree. Oh, I can't pet him. Oh. Hello, Diona.
So that's where it was. Diona? What are you doing here?
And with an Iktomisor, too.
It's my first time seeing these little guys. They're from Natlan, right? Oh, they're so cute. Alice put a version of the cat's tail here and asked me to run it. It has the setup I'm used to and everything. Now, all I need to do is make some drinks. And you know what? This is the perfect chance to change all the ingredients to super weird stuff. I'll get people to lose interest for sure. Looks like your campaign is going strong, huh? Even out here. Of course, the only thing missing is the cats, actually. They seem to prefer the real cat's tail. But that's not a huge surprise. Cats are sensitive about where they live. Even if the place looks exactly the same, they'll know something's off. So, Alice said she would find different staff instead. And then these little saurians appeared. Aww. Bennett gave me a few pointers on how to get along with them. Turns out, there's not a huge difference between them and a cat or a dog. Hey! Then you should call this place the Saurian's Tail instead!
He seems to like the idea. Let's see. No Timaeus, or Sucrose, the crafting station. Or the alchemy station, I should call it. Oh. And there's a random boar here. Hello. Oh, there's Amber.
Huh? Weird. Did Mondstadters always raise boars around here? Found it! Barbara, over here! Coming! Oh, how did this happen?
What's the matter?
Barbara and I were just grabbing some food at Good Hunter. But then, how do I even put this? The sweet madame and sticky honey roast we ordered came to life.
What?
Sorry, what?
So, this boar was the sticky honey roast?
That's right. I managed to catch the sweet madame earlier. Come on, let's wrangle this thing so we can head back and eat. Wait, what? Uh-oh. What is it? More pigeons and forest boars! The rest of our lunch is making a break for it!
I see. That's quite the glitch. Literally having your lunch literally get up and walk away. Let's see. The discrepancies here seem to be on a slightly smaller scale than they were in the Starfall Lake area. And there's still 3 more that I haven't found. Let's have another look around. The fountain itself doesn't seem to be different. Let's see. A tent. Oh, so there is. Huh. And it is a Fatui tent. I was just thinking it was.
Huh? Isn't this a Fatui tent? That shouldn't be here. Wait, but there are always those 2 Fatui around here chatting about stuff.
You've noticed them too? I've been watching them for a long time. Not that I've overheard anything useful. Guess it's just my luck.
Well, actually, they seem to get information a bit slower than the Knights of Favonius. So they usually end up discussing stuff that hasn't been secret in a long time.
Have you guys ever wondered why they don't just go home? Their mission's gotta be over at this point, right?
Well, assuming they came along with La Signora to claim Venti's Gnosis, then yeah, their mission's been over for a long time. So I have no idea why they're still here.
Maybe their names got skipped over on the mission roster, so they never got new orders. That's happened to me before.
I suppose, but your experiences tend to be quite unique. It's possible the Fatui stationed them here long-term to keep an eye on things. Or maybe they volunteered for this position because they don't want to go back.
Either way, we should have Nicole take this tent down. It's making Paimon think we're gonna have to fight someone.
True, and it's not like there's a treasure chest here either.
I guess you're right. We don't want people getting their hopes up.
The hope of plundering Fatui gold? Interesting notion, I guess. Let's see, what else? Looks like we can't go all the way to the cathedral. So whatever's changed has to be down here somewhere. I was wondering. Problem was that I don't actually look at her flower shop that much. And so... I kinda thought they looked a little different, but I wasn't sure.
None of these flowers look local to Mondstadt.
Ah, surely Emily can tell us where they're from.
Wait, Emily? Huh, it's been a while. Hello, you two. Looking to buy some flowers?
You're in charge of this shop?
Yes, I came to Mondstadt to collect a few samples for new scent ideas, but I wasn't finding anything. Then, this lady who called herself a mage told me she had a bunch of rare plants she was sure I'd never seen before. All I have to do is manage this flower shop, and I get to research these plants all I want.
Nice! That should help you come up with something new for sure.
If there's one trait they have in common, I think it would be the feeling of summer. Refreshing and clear, cutting through the full-bodied and dreamlike floral notes. I certainly have a lot to research, so I think I'll be here for a while. Did you need anything?
We're looking for things in here that are different from the real Mondstadt. Do you mind if we take a few pictures of these plants? Hey, since you like them so much, why don't we ask Nicole if you could preserve them in some way?
Good idea.
Really? That would be amazing. This is my payment after all.
Alright, now there should be one more item. Onto the bridge. Oh. I didn't even realize we could go out to the bridge. Oh, that's a hydromimic finch. Yeah, that definitely shouldn't be here. Oh, it's a full-on oceanid. Oh, I was hoping that someone would turn up to have a chat about or with this critter. Oh well. With that, we've found all the discrepancies in Mondstadt's main thoroughfare. So, onward to the next. Assuming the game hasn't crashed on us, that is. There we go. And final one. Ah, going to D. Luke's house. The Dawn Winery. After traversing the world, you've come to realize that wine and wind share the same horizon. Share the same horizon. Huh. Been quite a while. Oh, straight away. Yeah, more. Oh! Simulanka people. Hello.
Such a succulent fragrance of grapes. Ah, this place is heaven. Had I a mouth that could move, I doubt I could resist eating them right off the vine.
This is awesome.
Whoever lives in here must be a person of means indeed. Even in a storybook world like Simulanka, we can never afford such a big estate.
Wait, but this is a world inside a story too, isn't it? Oh, hello! Is something wrong?
My apologies, but the event taking place at Dawn Winery is not open to the public quite yet. Allow me to show you around a different area.
Ah, I see. That's unfortunate.
Oh, it's Noelle! Hey there!
Oh, hello, you two.
How do you come to be stationed here?
Well, Miss Alice thought things might get complicated around here, so she said she needed someone capable who could get the job done.
So she flattered her way into dumping a bunch of work on you? Stuff that isn't even related to the Knights at all?
Oh, no. Mr. D-Luke was there, too. He said he would appreciate some help guiding the tour groups from different worlds that are here to visit.
Tour groups from different worlds? Oh, right! The Golden Apple Archipelago, the Valurian Mirage, Simulanka. The gang's all here!
Yep, unfortunately I missed the Golden Apple Archipelago, though I did see the Valurian Mirage. Oh well, she really put you to work, huh?
Oh, it's all right. I'm happy to help. Please head this way, everyone, and we'll get the tour started.
Greetings. My name is Ask Me for Directions Arnold, and I am searching for the whereabouts of a certain lovely lady.
Alas, I am not certain who this lady he seeks might be. Although, assuming that name, it's... Yeah, unfortunately I can't get the name tags, but I'm assuming Arnold is the raven-looking one, with the scarf on. In which case, I'm assuming that he's related to Oz. I don't remember this being here.
There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Oh, there she is.
Something wrong, Sucrose?
Oh, no. I was just looking for a piece of alchemy equipment we needed for the event. Master Albedo has always been careful with our costs. We maximize the use of every piece of lab equipment we have. So if something hasn't been used in a while, it's usually pretty old. Take this, for example. We've used it a few times before, but we found the effectiveness and ease of use somewhat lacking, so it was sidelined quite quickly. According to the mages, it was meant to be placed in the city, but it went missing after being tossed into the magic bubble. Luckily, I found it. I just don't know why it ended up here of all places.
Well, all that matters is that you found it in the end, right? We'll contact Nicole and get her to send it back to the right spot.
Great. Thank you so much.
It's no problem. Oh, I did the first and the last items, apparently. Oh, what are you doing here? Yep, you're not supposed to be here.
That tortoise? That shouldn't be here at all.
Definitely not.
Oh, Rosaria and Dahlia. Greetings.
Wow! I've never seen such a large turtle in my life. There was a time, back when I was little, when almost every child in Mondstadt had a turtle as a pet. It was quite the trend.
Oh, yeah! Gene and D-Luke mentioned that a long time ago.
I had one too, of course.
Quite the hassle to take care of. Small pets like that always are.
Wait, you had one too?
Is that so strange?
Oh, no, of course not.
What should we do with this tent tortoise? I wonder if the witches, mages, that is, decided to place it here as a reminder of Diluc's old pet.
I could bring it back to the church and raise it. It can stay behind the cathedral. I'll even build it a pool. Can't be too hard to raise, right? It looks like a tough cookie.
Not happening. The next thing you know, you'll have an invasive species on your hands. Just tell that mage to put it back where she found it.
Guess that's for the best.
Certainly sounds like a sensible proposition.
Can't be too hard to raise, right? It looks like a tough cookie.
Not happening. The next thing you know, you'll have an invasive species on your hands.
Alright. 2 more discrepancies to find. Got lucky there that finding the furnace led me directly to finding the tortoise. Anything back this way? Oh. Ah, more folk of Simulanka. Cataclysm and Apocalypse.
I heard this thing was terribly ineffective when first invented. You could only catch 10 in a week. Why, the research staff barely wanted to touch it, let alone improve it.
But for some reason, it gained traction among adventurers once it entered the market.
True, it takes time. It beats having to do it yourself, I suppose.
But there are so many crystal flies around here. Surely it's not that difficult to just do it the old-fashioned way?
It's a bit far, though. Just imagine how tiresome it was back in the day, having to come out here over and over again, and no gadget to help. Does that count as trespassing on private property, I wonder?
I suppose it hardly matters anymore. Adventurers aren't quite so keen on crystal flies nowadays.
At times they are a-changin', eh?
So it would seem.
What are they mumbling about?
Beats me. Okay then. So there should be one more. A tent to the east. Oh! Yeah, that is a bit eye-catching. A gigantic Dodoko.
Another tent? Huh. This one's kinda nostalgic too.
It's here because I refused to let that mage use my house as her playground. But we still needed an additional rest area for the guests, so we set up this tent instead.
Huh. Looks like we can use this device to keep in touch with the mages or get some hints. Kinda like we were able to do back then, remember?
Now that you mention it, the arrangement is almost identical.
Nights on vacation, summer, the sea, and a small little wave rider. It's all taking me back.
However, you're forgetting about the part where we were stranded on a deserted island and couldn't even make it across the water. That's what stuck with me the most.
Oh, I remember. At least I wasn't dead weight in that situation.
Fun times, huh? So, the mages prepared this stuff then. Guess we should take a picture and go check in with them.
Be my guest.
You know, the expedition in Nodcry is coming to an end, but knowing Grandmaster Varka, I imagine there will be another chance to set off in the near future. Not that I'm extending an invitation, I'm just mentioning the possibility, that's all.
All the same, count me in.
That's our honorary knight. No matter the mission, you always have a place among our ranks.
Come talk to me when you do have an official invitation, then. I have other things to do in the meantime. The intel I have on hand is pulling me in 100 different directions, but unfortunately, time off isn't one of them.
Indeed. Oh well, I was kind of hoping, from what Kaya said, that we could actually speak to Alice or Nicole through this here, but, apparently not. Oh well.
That's a shame. I take vacation whenever I can get it, and it's still never enough. I'd visit the Golden Apple Archipelago again in a heartbeat.
For once, I feel the same.
Interesting. Would you invite Jean along, D-Luke? If I remember correctly, that was also where Jean got one of her extra costumes. Her summer vacation getup, I believe. Though I suppose D-Luke is too much of a gentleman to comment on that, now isn't he? Well then, I believe that covers all of the discrepancies in all 3 of the locales. And so we can collect all of the rewards, and then move along to the other mini-games. Alright. Alas, no one to converse with in the office, so let's head on outside and go to the other attractions. Alright, here we are. Greetings, Amber. Oh. No voiced lines? I guess not. Oh well. Huh. Another signals officer. I've never heard of this position. Well, I'm not gonna say that last bit. Yes, she did. So, we're not gliding, we're guiding. Or, to put it another way, we just sit back and send signals. Don't worry, I'm not here to nitpick. In Favonius Falcon's recon log, the traveler must command Vesper the Falcon to fly along a designated route and launch projectiles from an alchemical backpack to hit targets along the way. The more targets destroyed, the more trial coins earned, and the higher the flight score upon completing the challenge. During the flight, there will be multiple perspective changes. In the tracking view, when using a controller, hold the button to keep firing, and drag the right stick to adjust the firing direction. In the top-down view, the Falcon will automatically target objects directly ahead. When the Falcon comes into contact with the monster targets, elite monster targets, and the monstrous bullets they unleash, you will lose action points. Coming into contact with elite monster targets causes you to lose more action points. Once action points are depleted, the challenge fails, so it's crucial to plan the flight path carefully and avoid dangers. During the challenge, in addition to the trial coins that increase your score, there are various pieces of enhancing equipment. Defeating elite monster targets might make them drop the enhancing equipment. Pick them up to obtain combat buffs. After obtaining the homing shell, it will automatically lock onto all targets for a period of time. When firing, it will attack all targets within the line of sight. After obtaining the Cyclone Shield, multiple wind vortexes will be created around the Falcon, dealing damage to any monstrous bullets and targets they come into contact with. After obtaining Linear Strike, the Falcon's alchemical backpack will be charged. When actively released, it will deal damage to monstrous bullets and targets in a straight line ahead. Due to the intense training, the Falcon's alchemical backpack is in an unstable state. You may encounter some unexpected situations during the flight. Very well. Now that I think about it, how does a Falcon conduct reconnaissance? Nope. I seem to remember hearing something about this vaguely in the past. Clever girl. Hanaya. I've heard that name before. Your rapport with Vesper is clearly a key factor. Interesting. So what exactly does a signals officer do? Few things happened, apparently. Though honestly, I'm drawing a blank on this one. Good idea. I want to know more. These are precision instruments, after all, and not every knight can be an expert in engineering. Alright then. Now, enough with the chatter. Let's begin. Alright, looks like we have 4 challenges. Recon Operations 101. Some adventurers have noted that the gentle terrain of Windrise makes it the perfect place to practice gliding. The same goes for Recon Falcons. Understanding when to fly straight, drift to the side, and even perform barrel rolls is essential to effectively engaging enemies. Alright. Let's see what we're in for. Okay, so holding down the firing button is an option. Oop, took a hit. Lucky for me, there was a health re-up right there. Ah, I see. That's what you meant. Having to directly get in their line of fire is a bit annoying. Ooh, I bumped right into him. Well, that turned into a bullet hell right quick. Definitely not getting a perfect score on this one. Alright. And got the gold. So let's see what sort of rewards we get and whether gold is good enough. Oh. Huh. Not quite what I meant to do there. Oh well. I guess we can just go straight on to the end. Warning signal. Ah. Ended up getting hit twice. Okay, we're up to silver. Oh, just missed him. Uh-oh. Oh, and I just noticed. Controls are inverted. Wonderful. Ooh. Okay, well. On to the next. Minier strike, alright. Ah, so now we're in Dragon Spine. There's an awful lot of bullets lying around here. And not much room for error. There we go. Looks like I didn't need to worry about that blockade. Ooh, we're getting close to the top now. Oh, if only I still had the linear line blaster. Still only in the silver rating, though. Alright, that got us the gold. And victory. Onward to the next. Almost went too low there. Oop. That one bullet was just waiting for me to forget that it was there so that it could drop me. And I backed up into it. They're getting a bit sneaky. I mean, Vesper might be able to carry Paimon, but I wouldn't trust it or ask him to carry the Traveler as well. That might be asking a bit much. Yep, should have used the linear blast, but oh well. Nope. I'm missing a lot of these targets. But it felt like that one. When I blew up the cube, I lost my chance to shoot the other ones. Alright. Gold again. Now then, that's all of the Vesper challenges completed, I believe. So, let's go and check on the rewards. Whether or not we did well enough to collect all of our winnings. Though usually hitting a gold is good enough. Let's see. All right. We did well enough. And Amber and Baron Bunny look so happy there. Alright, that's our first challenge completed. Next up, Honorary Knight Notes on Mixology.
Hello there, Honorary Knight and the Helper in White.
It's so nice to meet you, Honorary Knight and Lady Paimon. Glenfidia, at your service.
Looks like you're in a good mood, Hertha. And nice to meet you, Glenfidia. By the looks of things, you're about ready to open?
Indeed. Thanks to some help from the Angel's Share and the Cat's Tail, our drink stand is ready to go. Besides all the classics, we also mix cocktails to order, and are currently offering a limited-time delivery service.
Cocktails? Do you remember that time we served as bartenders at the Angel's Share? And recently, you've also shown off your skills at the flagship in Nokrai. We sure have come long way, huh?
That was a really long time ago. In fact, the Angel's Share event, I think, happened before I started playing.
The only thing is, our current drink selection is quite traditional, and it stopped feeling fresh long before the expedition began. To offer everyone some more exciting choices, we're planning to revamp our menu. But I need to get back to handling resident requests, and Glenfiddich doesn't have much experience mixing drinks. Plus, we've got a whole bunch of outstanding delivery orders on hand. Honorary Knight, if you're free, could you maybe help us out for a while, just until my other squad gets back from the Stormbearer Mountains?
You'll be amply compensated, of course, plus double pay for overtime, depending on your performance metrics.
I'm no rookie when it comes to mixing cocktails, that's for sure.
Paimon's not sure what performance metrics are, but she's happy to help with deliveries. As the best guide into that, Paimon needs to keep up with the changing times. Besides, this'll give her the chance to explore the city and stay up to date with all the recent goings-on.
Working with you two is always such a breeze.
I'll do my best to support Lady Paimon in any way I can. I'm very skilled when it comes to things like portioning out drinks.
All right. Well, if you're ready to, then let's get to work.
In a chat over fine drinks, the traveler will serve as a mixologist, mixing drinks according to the guest's requests. You may need to make some adjustments to the drinks to meet your guest's needs better. After chatting with the guests, you can gather clues from the conversation and then derive inspiration for mixing their drinks. Sometimes, partial clues cannot lead to accurate conclusions. In such cases, you can associate this clue with other clues to derive inspiration for either mixing a drink or introducing a new topic. After gathering all the inspiration for improved drink recipes, you can create new drinks based on these ideas, completing a customized drink that satisfies the customer.
Water comes
And
in
here
many
I was
flavors.
thinking this would be easy. Well, only one way to find out. Oh, let's see. Oh, there's a lot of these, too. Mix up all drinks for your guests. 40 primos for all of these? Oh, wait a minute, no. This is only for the librarian's little problem. 40 primos for each of these. That's a lot better. A librarian's little problem. The first guest of the night's newly opened drink stand soon arrives. The familiar shade of rose purple instantly soothes your mind. This might just be the perfect opening. Yes, and I do recall Lisa lamenting the lack of comfortable chairs and good tea. Well, we're about to amend both of those shortcomings.
Oh my, it looks like Hertha has gone back to her duties, and Glenfiddich is away somewhere too. Has our dear cutie taken complete charge of the drink stand?
Honorary mixologist at your service.
Wonderful. Now I can order without worrying about ending up with one of the logistics company's specials. The type of drink that keeps you awake all night, leaving you no choice but to pass the time working.
Working through the night. Shouldn't that be a thing of the past?
That's right. I'm just a carefree librarian now. If only there weren't so many people with overdue books, and I didn't have to go door to door to get them back. I would have dropped by to chat with you sooner, and try out your delightful creations, of course.
So, what will it be? Any particular flavor you're after?
Let me think. I don't really have a favorite drink. Just wrestle me up something rejuvenating that'll lift my spirits. And if it could help me nod off to sleep later, that would be even better.
Snow-kissed dawn. Alright. Let's see, so we need milk, smetana, and cocoa. Two large pieces, okay. Small pieces or small bits? Well, large pieces, it would seem. Glad I was paying attention. I almost missed the timing there. Shake gently. Let's see, aromatic goblet. Small lampgrass. Snow-kissed dawn. Legend has it that this drink is a masterpiece crafted by a painter and a bartender together, inspired by dragon spine at dawn. With a dollop of setana and an energizing kick from cocoa, it restores the drinker's vitality almost instantly.
Here's a snow-kissed dawn. Hope you like it.
It's delicious, cutie. Pleasantly tart, sweet, but not cloying, smooth on the palate, with a refreshing aftertaste. If anything, though, I seem to be feeling a little more energetic than I'd like. Perhaps you've unwittingly unraveled Glenfiddia's secret and concocted an even more effective pick-me-up?
How about I adjust the recipe and mix you a new one?
Don't worry, there's no rush. Your eyes are aglow with curiosity, as though you have many more questions to ask. Let's chat for a while. Take your time. Inspiration will come soon enough.
Which books have you collected today?
Since you're asking, it's been a bit of an unusual day. There's a chef, fresh out of training in Fontaine, who's recently taken up a position at the Goth Grand Hotel. She borrowed our most valuable book, the Mondstadt Millennial Compendium of Desserts. Apparently, she plans to use dessert-making techniques to improve the taste of various savory dishes. Something about reducing their greasiness.
Sweet meat dishes. That sure is a novel approach.
Indeed. And judging by the results, she rather overdid it with the caramel sauce. What should have been fragrant meat slices ended up tasting nauseatingly sweet. Caramel sauce is such a fantastic ingredient, you know? It never fails to please when added to drinks. Sometimes I even add a spoonful to my afternoon tea. Improving food, I suppose, isn't always about being as creative as possible.
Caramel. Ooh, Oh my, this has gotten complicated. Caramel sauce to start with. I guess I'm going to have to cover everything, aren't I? And there are, what, 4 or 5 more of these? This is going to take a while. Special notebook. By the way, is that a notebook you brought with you?
Oh, this? That was for another of today's little errands. A large contingent of the expedition team will be returning to Mondstadt soon. They've been away for such a long time, so there's a good chance many of their tastes have changed. Jean asked me to visit some of their families to try and get a better understanding of what new ingredients might satisfy our knights' changing preferences.
Such thoughtful arrangements.
Well, they've all devoted their blood, sweat, and time to protecting Mondstadt. They deserve some care and respect in return. Based on what I gathered, the most requested ingredient was cacahuatl from Natlan. It seems like our knights have developed a taste for cocoa. In their letters, many of them mention that they rely on cocoa to keep themselves energized. I've tried hot cocoa myself, and I must say, I find it just as effective as coffee when it comes to staying alert.
Cocoa might help Lisa stay awake. Alright. Today's itinerary. Been anywhere outside the city lately?
Surely you're not suggesting I'd take this opportunity to sneak off on a little countryside wander? You caught me. My investigations into Mondstadt's lesser-known drinks took me to Dawn Winery, where I had a little chat with the head housemaid, Adelind. On my way back, I ran into Emmetall out on patrol. She'd encountered some monsters she didn't know how to deal with, and in her desperation, asked for my help. I accompanied her on a detour to Wolvendom to teach some raving hounds a lesson. It's been a while since I've had such an invigorating workout.
Wolfhook, perhaps? Well, we already added lampgrass. Alright, so we don't have enough from that. Ah, but favorite flora ought to give us a clue. So, what kind of ingredients have you been into lately?
Lately? So careful with your wording, cutie. Is that because you think that I, too, might have changed since we last met? Or simply because you can't remember?
Well, you're so well-traveled and well-read, surely you've encountered something new that's caught your interest?
Not bad at all. A flawless answer. Back in my student days, I might have been drawn to every new and exciting ingredient I read about, constantly expanding my horizons and stepping out of my comfort zone. But now, I've grown accustomed to a life of comfort and routine. To paraphrase a certain Leowed legal expert, my life is fast approaching a state of living out one's golden years in peace and comfort. I'm no longer so easily moved by adventure and excitement. I'm sure you remember, a few years ago, when we were adventuring together, you found me that sweet-tasting alchemical ingredient. Well, my tastes haven't changed a bit since then.
So something sweet. Ah, there we go. Alright, I know what fits the bill. Let me rustle you up a new, improved version.
As expected, cutie, your brilliant mind has grown even sharper. Just a few gentle hints were all you needed to light that special spark of inspiration.
Okay, milk, caramel, and wolf hook. Oh, pieces of any size. And shake gently. Large or small goblet. So, small ought to do. Mulberry garnish. Slumbering Rose. Based on A Snow-Kissed Dawn, this novel cocktail was concocted specially for Lisa. After a long day, the librarian needs to recharge without risking sleeplessness. In making this drink, you skipped any stimulating ingredients and found a delicate balance between the sweetness of caramel and the gentle tang. The goal was peaceful, restful sleep. So why not call it a slumbering rose?
Finished! A new creation, custom made for you. This should help you fall asleep quickly and guarantee you peaceful dreams. It's called a slumbering rose.
From the colors to the choice of glass, everything's been carefully crafted. You've turned it into a completely different drink. Based purely on appearance, it's exactly my style. Time to see how it tastes. Full marks. It's like savoring an exquisite dessert before taking a stroll along the shore of Cider Lake, with a gentle breeze caressing your skin, relaxed and at ease. I no longer feel drained of energy, but neither am I overstimulated. I'm actually starting to feel a little sleepy. As a bedtime drink, this is pure perfection. So good, in fact, that I feel like writing an article to extol the virtues of this slumbering rose. I can use it as an opportunity to crown you the new maestro of mixology.
Your satisfaction is all the praise I need.
Speaking of lakeside strolls, why don't you join me next time there's a clear, warm day, when the sun is bright but not too harsh? Any walk would be more relaxing with you to talk to along the way, cutie. Then, when we get back, you could fix me up another glass of slumbering rose.
That sounds lovely. I'll make sure to set aside the time.
And I'll make just as sure to hold you to that. When the time comes, I won't accept any excuses.
All right. Our first drink successfully mixed. Though I will say, this particular minigame is going to be time-consuming. So I sincerely hope we get several very interesting customers. And better yet, if they're people that I don't expect. As in, I would like at least one who isn't a Mondstadter. Not that I dislike the people of Mondstadt, but, well, we've been dealing with them a lot in this little update. So it would be nice to have some older faces from other places, if you know what I mean. Ah. After a long day, the librarian needs to recharge. Oh, okay. Same basic gist as before. Ah, I was right. As we progress, more and more of the rewards will become visible. Scents from another land. Perhaps due to a certain resonance of fragrances, you've attracted a visiting performer from a faraway land. She wanders over to see what the drink stand has to offer. Performer, you say? Is it Nilu by chance?
Good afternoon, traveler. I didn't expect the honor of witnessing your harmonizing talents here in Mondstadt.
Ah, greetings again, Emily. Here on vacation?
Both, actually. A lady calling herself a mage asked me to come manage her flower shop. At about the same time, the Cat's Tail commissioned me to create a new fragrance for their establishment. Ending today's busy schedule with a drink crafted by you in person is truly a wonderful reward.
Then I'll make sure to pull out all the stops.
I have faith in your choice.
Let's see. Tea. Fermented juice and mint. Small pieces. And a gentle shake. Classic tall glass. And Velberry garnish. Lumideus Twilight, a refined cocktail from Fontaine that has been described by drinkers as capturing the warm glow of sunset over Lumideus Harbor. Rumor has it that you can still order this gem from the hidden menu at the Rusty Rudder, though it's rare for the bartender to recreate its original flavor perfectly.
Care to give this a try, Miss Emily?
Your artistry is truly a pleasure to watch. This tastes like a local variant of a Lumideuse Twilight.
You're spot on.
The gentle and elegant taste, with its distinct layers combined with a hint of Mondstadt's characteristic scent, offers quite a welcoming flavor, all the while avoiding potentially discordant aromas. Though in reality, there's no need for you to be so conservative. I have quite a high tolerance for flavors that stray outside the boundaries of conventional wisdom.
So this one's probably a bit too traditional, huh? Guess you're looking for something more avant-garde?
Your drink was nice, but it would be perfect if you could make one with a little more depth. A cocktail that shows off your unique understanding and enhances my impression of Mondstadt. If you need time to mull things over, perhaps you might find inspiration in a little light conversation?
Certainly. How is your work progressing? And more specifically, how's everything been with your perfumery lately?
Oh, thank you for asking. It's been going well, though this trip to Mondstadt has presented some unexpected challenges. When I first got here, I was relying on a copy of An Overview of Aromatic Substances and the Human Senses to identify promising local ingredients from the Mondstadt region. To my surprise, my trial fragrance, which used valberry as the primary note, proved far too sweet in the context of a tavern, relaxing people so much that they ended up feeling drowsy. The bartender with the beautiful ears, for instance, fell asleep right at the bar.
I never knew valberries could have that effect.
Let's just say that sweetness isn't always a case of the more the merrier. Maintaining an appropriate balance is beneficial for both body and mind. Even in daily life, I rarely eat sweet food, and I try to avoid fruits like berries that have a high sugar content. In the end, I completely eliminated valberry as an ingredient and turned instead to windwheel aster, with some success, I might add.
Get rid of the valberries and replace them with windwheel aster. What of the bouquet on the table? Did you buy these flowers just now?
They're part of my reward from the flower shop owner. Important ingredients for making perfumes. Thanks to these, I was able to complete my commission for the cat's tail. I studied Mondstadt's Cecilia flowers many years ago. In fact, the fragrance of Cecilia in certain fields has become synonymous with Mondstadt itself. However, this is a special case. Some cats are quite averse to the scent of Cecilia, and we need to be particularly mindful of their preferences.
So, what did you use for your aroma this time?
Windwheel aster. The various parts of the windwheel aster plant can be ground into a powder to extract their essences. I then blended the scents from its petals and leaves. The result carries the intoxicating sweetness of mead, while still emphasizing the fresh notes contained within the flower's stems and leaves. I just took it for a little trial run at the cat's tail, and the cats seemed to really like it, while the clients themselves found it comforting and invigorating. Extracting exquisite fragrances from ordinary overlooked ingredients? Oh, that's what truly brings me joy.
Nope, not yet. What do you usually drink?
Usually, after work, my friends from the Maison Gardiennage sometimes treat me to a few drinks. I usually stick to fruit tea. That way I can get straight back to work after our gatherings. If it's before a holiday and my friends are in high spirits, I sometimes order a small glass of sparkling fruit wine. There was an officer named Terena who used to treat me to aged Corte wine. But since she was transferred to the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, we haven't had the chance.
So you do drink alcohol sometimes. I was worried it might overstimulate your senses.
In the world of science, high-proof alcohol is a widely used solvent. I've grown well accustomed to the smell of it by now. Besides, when I'm slightly tipsy, my state of mind changes, which in turn alters my approach to perfumes. It doesn't matter if the result is good or bad, it's all about trying something new. So I don't mind drinks with just a little bit of alcohol, but I don't like anything too strong.
Nope. Still don't have what I need for the association. The weather's nice today.
It really is. A while earlier, I watched a whole run of fair weather clouds float by, fluffy as pillows. It's not overly humid either, and the wind is gentle too. In such conditions, one's sense of smell is heightened, but not to an excessive degree. When scents are blended well, they naturally combine with the ambient context, leaving particularly powerful impressions.
I never realized scents were so affected by the weather.
It seems something similar is true for mixology. As long as you choose a base of appropriate strength, the various flavors will blend seamlessly together. When mixed properly, all the ingredients work as one to create a most wonderful symphony for your taste buds.
I see, so the combination of flavors is key.
Yes, that's it. Now I think about it, layering distinct flavors doesn't really suit my personal preferences.
Alright, that's everything. Now let's begin. I think I know how to improve your drink. Please bear with me a second while I update the recipe.
Just from our brief chat, you've already formulated a new concoction. Perhaps you possess a natural talent for this kind of creative work.
So, tea, fruit wine, fermented juice, and chopped petals. Pieces of any size will do, eh? Shake properly or vigorously. We'll see what shaking hard looks like. Double-walled glass. Alright. Any garnish except valberries. We'll do lapgrass then. Lumideus Twilight Special Blend. Based on a Lumideus Twilight, this novel cocktail was concocted especially for Emily. The perfumer from Fontaine told you that excessive sweetness makes people drowsy, and she prefers to enjoy just a slight touch of tipsiness. Clearly, knocking a guest out at the bar isn't a bartender's main goal. On days of gentle wind and clear skies, heightened senses can amplify the flavor of a perfectly harmonious drink. Inspired by the art of fragrance, you developed this subtle, elegant masterpiece.
Here you go. A new and improved, Emily-inspired Lumideus Twilight. I haven't come up with a name for it yet.
The colors are cooler and more refreshing, and the fragrance is delightfully subtle to match. Are these bright specks on the surface the crushed petals and leaves of windwheel asters?
Yes, you clearly know your stuff. It's the floral symbol of Mondstadt.
I'm sure it must taste wonderful. Let me try. In the language of flowers, the windwheel aster represents the visible winds. Your cocktail not only captures their form, but also the fragrance they carry. Therefore, I suggest you call this drink Windborne Bouquet. The winds and clouds of Mondstadt swirl together in the glass, leaving behind enchanting traces of fragrance.
A perfect name from a master of perfume.
Really? Oh, perhaps it's just a habit of my profession. I'm glad you like it. Now it's time to slowly savor this masterpiece. Thank you so much. This trip to Mondstadt has been so rewarding. This is the most memorable cocktail I've ever had. Once I get back to Fontaine, I will attempt to recreate this moment as both a fragrance and a perfume.
I'm honored.
Once I've perfected the recipes, I hope you'll do me the honor of being the first customer to experience these new products. Until then, I look forward to seeing you in the court of Fontaine.
Alright. So now we have served Lisa and Emily. I wonder who will be next. Alright. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're less than halfway through. Yes, I will admit this is taking a while. Oh well. Claymore and musket. The drink stand was built to help knights relax after long days on duty, and it just so happens that a certain captain has recently returned from a long posting at Dragonspine. A captain. claymore and musket. I wonder if it's Clorand with Eula, since they were together at Starfall Lake a little bit ago.
So you're looking after the drink stand now. If I'd known sooner, I would have stopped by this morning.
Thanks for your support. Anytime you need a drink, I'm here to serve.
I've got to say, I'm getting curious. I've heard a lot about your mixology skills. I wonder what kinds of drinks you can mix with the ingredients Glenfiddich has prepared.
You've been working extra hard lately, haven't you?
I don't have much of a choice. It's just one thing after another right now. First off, the Knights of Favonius annual combat assessment is coming up. And this year, the standards are higher than ever. As the captain of the reconnaissance company, I have to lead by example. At the very least, I need to rank as one of the top 3 captains in the practical portion. So, I've been intensifying my training lately.
It's my first time seeing this side of you as a captain.
Being a descendant of sinners means I have to work hard to maintain my position. I'll have you know I've never once neglected my duties. Anyway, on top of all that, my duel with Miss Clorand required a lot of focus and energy. Learning how to turn defense into attack and seize the initiative when facing a combined assault from sword and musket. Even now, I'm still chewing through the details. But in the end, the exchange went well, and both parties learned a great deal. Never mind writing reports from 6 different perspectives. I feel like there's enough worth mentioning to write 24 of the things.
Sounds like you could do with a very stiff drink.
Oh, I sure could. Anything that'll perk me up would be welcome. I'll leave the details to you.
Twinkling starlight. So, fruit wine, fizzy water, and wolf hook. Small bits. First time I've been asked to do that. Oof, and that's the first time I've messed up the timing as well. Shake hard. Aromatic Goblet M. And star salt. Twinkling starlight. This special cocktail was inspired by the stunning vistas over Cider Lake beneath the starry sky. Both its color and flavor hint at a refreshing nature, but those with a lighter tolerance should be careful of its lingering kick.
One twinkling starlight for Captain Eula. Hope you like it.
Judging by your confident tone, I'm certain I will. Well then, I'll make sure to savor this thoroughly. Huh, not bad. Sweet and tingly, with a delightful airiness. The fizzy water really brings it to life. I suddenly feel full of vim and vigor, but just one glass doesn't quite scratch the itch. How about something with a bit more bite?
Looking for something with more of a kick?
Don't hold back. You don't need to worry about putting me on the floor with nothing but a couple of drinks.
Just making it stronger won't cut it. I need to rewrite the recipe from scratch.
Works for me. The first company hasn't assigned me any paperwork for tonight, so I'm free to catch up and try your new creations at my leisure.
Excellent. What of this drink on the table? I'm just wondering, that bottle you're carrying, is it imported fruit juice?
That's right. The merchant I got it from called it Romaritime flower fruit extract. It has a very unique smell. Here, have a bottle.
Have you been drinking a lot of this lately?
Oh, it's a necessary courtesy. In that book Miss Magistus lent me, The Blade Dancer, 20 Years On, it says, after a duel, a Fontanian swordsman will politely invite their defeated opponents to a banquet. To properly play host to Miss Clorand, I searched for quite some time to locate a rare goods merchant in Dorman Port who sold this juice.
Sounds like something out of a story.
I had my doubts at first, too. But Amber said something that makes a lot of sense. She said that even if this custom doesn't really exist, following it still shows I've made an effort to understand Fontaine's cultural heritage. Besides, who doesn't like trying new things, right? When I gave it to her at our post-training banquet, Miss Clorand really did enjoy this juice.
Eating on duty. What do you usually eat when you're busy?
If you want to know what I've been eating recently, I'd better start by mentioning the logistics company's latest revolution. They launched a diet improvement initiative and started distributing a form of standardized canned food to knights operating in the wilderness. In the past, we only had dry rations. Every mealtime we had to set up pots and campfires, roll dice to choose a cook, and take turns standing guard. In all honesty, it was a bit of a hassle. Now we just need to bring our standard field rations, comprising of 5 cans and 9 paper packages. We can heat the cans by the campfire, and then we're ready to eat.
Sounds pretty convenient.
You did say sounds like, right? Our canned food supplier has quite the stellar reputation, and their regular meals are indeed quite good. The problem is, in order to meet preservation standards, they have to make their military-grade meals way too salty. The vice captain of the 5th Company, who has a somewhat dry sense of humor, went so far as to say, this food's bad enough to bring down the wrath of Liyue's stove god. In any case, after eating it for a week, my taste buds have gone completely numb.
Is it really that bad? Someone should be held to account.
You can hardly blame the logistics company. After all, it is hard to please everyone. Our feedback has already been submitted, and they should be working on fixing the issue. Of course, having fresh meals prepared in camp by a dedicated company chef is still the best option.
Nope, not enough to associate just yet. It's been a while since we last saw each other. Have you been stationed near Dragonspine this whole time?
Yes, I have. For a while, the situation there was difficult. A gang of outlaw engineers was messing about with some sort of mechanism control technology, attempting to manipulate ruin graders so they could rob merchant caravans. To make matters worse, several veteran knights who had been stationed at Dorman Port were transferred to my squad, and they weren't happy to be taking orders from that Lawrence girl. Leading them on this mission was quite eventful. It took 3 weeks of stealth operations in the snow, with no fires to keep us warm, before we finally located the enemy's stronghold. Those veteran knights faced the bitter cold and were almost taken down by the enemy's smuggled battle mechs. Fortunately, the battle went our way, and they had no choice but to acknowledge my abilities.
I'm sorry you had to deal with all that.
Me? I'm completely fine. But thank you for your concern. It was mentally tiring for sure, but fortunately, the operation wore them down far more than it did me. They won't be questioning my authority again anytime soon. If any new recruits try to make my life difficult, I'll just have my veterans give them a few friendly pointers. I guess you could call them a permanent solution, huh?
I see. How do you feel after your contest?
Oh my. To be honest, before we crossed swords, I was feeling eager, but also a little nervous. Miss Cloran's combat style comes from the mysterious Marechaussee hunters. In the library, there are some old Fontanian newspapers from hundreds of years ago that give some idea of how formidable an organization it was. A more recent newspaper claimed that Miss Cloran was an orphan from an underwater kingdom, and that before battle she would perform rituals inviting spirits to possess her sword. Certainly, from my own experiences, Miss Cloran's abilities more than match those descriptions.
Such a historic showdown deserves an extra special cocktail.
Incorporating elements of swordsmanship into a drink? Huh. Certainly a creative idea, I'll give you that. A commemorative cocktail at a time like this sounds nice, but how do you plan to express something like swordsmanship with a drink? That definitely matches the description I read in that book. That's right. You really know your stuff. I doubt there's anyone else in all of Tevat who could come up with such a perfect metaphor. There's no need to make it sound so fancy. It's just an aristocratic variant of Favonius bladework, with a bit of personal flair. Firewater. In recent years, firewaters gained popularity the world over, following in the wake of prosperous Snezhnayan merchants. These days, almost every tavern has a signature drink that uses it.
Then we found the perfect solution together.
You really are good. Why don't we try replacing the fruit wine with firewater? As for the alcohol content, that's not a problem. Plenty of the expedition team may have drunk themselves senseless with firewater. But me, I'm full of confidence.
I see. Alright. Let's start mixing.
Brilliant. I'm looking forward to seeing how you do.
So, firewater, Rumortime flower juice, and cocoa. Let's go large pieces then. And shake hard. We'll go Master's Goblet. And we'll go Valberry Garnish. Seafoam Sword Song. Based on A Twinkling Starlight, this novel cocktail was concocted specially for Eula. Eula's swordsmanship is like a whirling waltz. She strikes with the force of an avalanche, yet her finishing flourishes are clean and elegant. This bold approach is reflected in her drink preferences. To match her style, the drink you prepare combines ice pure fire water, Rumortime flower juice, steeped in commemorative meaning, and restorative cocoa to replenish her energy and banish fatigue, creating a true dance of flavors. Since this blend is inspired by the Spindrift Knight's dancing blade, Seafoam Sword Song felt like the perfect name.
Here's your all-new Seafoam Sword Song, mixed to meet your personal preferences.
Oh my, what beautiful colors. And you even added my Rumortime flower fruit extract. The aroma is perfect, and I can smell the alcohol, but it doesn't stifle the fruity fragrance. Let's see how it tastes.
Can't wait to hear what you think.
Give me a moment to come up with the right words. I need to think carefully. I know it's unbecoming of a lady, and a proper connoisseur would savor their drinks slowly. But I'm sorry, this is just too good to be true. Can you mix me another?
Of course. Feel free to order as many as you like.
Oh, no, what was I going to say? I've completely lost my train of thought. Whatever. I feel fantastic. This cocktail. Oh, it's the best I've ever had. I think I'm gonna head home and get some sleep.
Do you think you've had one too many? Maybe I should have gone easier with the fire water.
Don't worry about me. This is the happiest tipsy I've been in years. I'm still far from being drunk. By the time I've written up those reports for my exchange with Miss Clarend, I'll have been on duty for 3 months straight. Jean, the acting grandmaster. Isn't it about time she gave me some time off? I won't be forgetting this injustice in a hurry. You mark my words.
I see. Yes, despite what she says, I dare say that Eula was more than a little drunk. I wonder how my next customer will handle their liquor. And if I don't stop slurring my words, some of you might suspect that I've been hitting the drink too. Alright, on to the next. Oh. Ah, dear. 4, 5, 6. Quite a few of these to go yet. The sweet, sour, and smoky taste of steel. Beyond the aroma of the drinks themselves, you give off a distinctive air as the sword-wielding traveler, one that draws in yet another unexpected guest. Kazuha, perhaps? We shall see. I think Kazuha mostly because of the association of sword-wielding traveler. Kazuha is also a wanderer, after all. But we'll see. Oh, nighttime. Oh no, Clorand.
Suspicion confirmed. While patrolling the area, I was sure I'd sensed a familiar presence, so I came over to take a look. And sure enough, here
Hello,
you are.
Clorand. Please have a seat, honored customer.
If Miss Charlotte were to see you like this, I'm guessing she'd take 100 pictures and write up a report. Sword-wielding traveler's secret side hustle. Exclusive cocktails from Tevat's Explorer Extraordinaire. You'd make the front pages of every major newspaper. And there'd be crowds of Fontanian tourists flocking to your drink stand, causing gridlock on the streets of Mondstadt.
I think you're being a little bit dramatic. And if that really happened, I wouldn't be able to cope.
Luckily for you, I turned down Miss Charlotte's request to accompany me here, so you're unlikely to be seeing any scenes like that. Let's quietly celebrate this moment of peace. And on that note, I'd like a caramel blaze. That look on your face tells me you have a lot of questions you want to ask.
Let me mix you a cocktail first. You can drink while we chat.
Calm and effortless. I'm shocked to learn you're a real pro at this sort of thing.
Straight to the firewater again, I see. Caramel and cocoa. Small pieces it is. Feels like the cutting goes random every time. Ah, properly. And Valberry. Caramel Blaze. In recent years, this blend has become one of Mondstadt's most famous drinks, celebrated for its bold colors and vibrant flavor. It's even been referenced in foreign works, from Fontaine's tabletop troupe to Inazuman light novels.
Your caramel blaze is ready. Try not to drink it all in one go.
Huh. It sure lives up to its name. The color reminds me of a raging fire, while that aroma really hits you head on. It's quite strong.
Are you okay?
I'm all right. I just need a little time to get used to it. As I recall, the last time I drank alcohol was at a wine tasting event that Navia invited me to last year. I only had a small sip of Sassica wine, and it was nowhere near as strong as this concoction of yours.
So, you basically don't drink at all?
From a purely rational perspective, alcohol can cause dizziness and impair one's ability to work, so it's best avoided altogether. But when Miss Farina saw me off at the docks, she mentioned that Mondstadt is the land of wine and poetry. Since I'm here, I thought I should at least try the local specialties.
As long as you stay within your limits, I'm sure you'll be fine.
In fact, Captain Eula, whom I sparred with earlier, has quite the refined taste for fine wine. She even gifted me a bottle of Romaritime flower fruit extract, which is no longer produced in Fontaine, and can now only be found overseas. Out of the utmost respect for her skills, I feel compelled to deepen my knowledge of Mondstadt's wines.
Let me think carefully before I mix you another drink.
I truly appreciate all the trouble you're going to.
We had another Fontainian guest recently. Oh, by the way, Miss Emily was here too.
Huh? Does that mean she's already finished her commission? Well, she's certainly efficient. Once I return to Fontaine, perhaps I can let Sijui know that I'd be happy to purchase her latest perfume.
It sounds like you know her quite well.
I'm not sure I'd say that. On my way to Mondstadt, we happened to take the same boat. Naturally, we got to chatting. I've often heard Sijui praise her work. After conversing with her on the journey over, I must say, she is indeed a rare and refined individual.
Refined?
She's gentle and composed, yet keeps others at a distance. Perhaps it's due to her profession. I find this approach ideal. It allows one to maintain a lasting sense of inner peace.
The next time I'm in Fontaine, why don't we all hang out together?
Oh, thank you, but there's really no need to set anything up. Our work rarely intersects, and our social circles hardly make for a Venn diagram, if you know what I mean. Best to just let things take their natural course.
Nothing else to associate with yet. What do you usually drink?
When I'm working, I often drink coffee. But with meals, I prefer a lighter tasting drink, like Buell fruit juice. Since I eat a lot of meat, the slight acidity of the juice helps balance out the greasiness. Over time, I've grown accustomed to the sour taste. After the swordsmanship exchange, the Knights of Favonius rather kindly treated me to some traditional Mondstadt cuisine. I had 8 different meat dishes, and all of them were excellent. The portions were huge, and only the highest quality cuts were used. Everything was cooked to absolute perfection. Of course, there was still room for improvement. When catering to tourists, the sticky honey roast and pile 'em up might benefit from a slightly lighter sauce.
Sounds like they treated you to a feast.
I've certainly tried all the red meat dishes. I think I've had enough calories to sustain 3 days of vigorous work, so I've had to decline all subsequent dining invitations. To be honest, I can still taste the grease. There must be a way to cleanse my palate.
There might be something there. I notice there's a crest on the table. Is that a gift from the Knights?
Indeed it is. The Knights codenamed Hazelnut 3 and Hazelnut 5 gave me this crest. I must say, it's exquisite. They told me the design has only just been finalized. Apparently, it's only presented to important guests. They said they're making a badge for you, too, but it hasn't been finished yet.
Hazelnut. Why have I never heard of these two?
You're not wrong. I guess it's similar to how I can't remember the name of every clerk in the Palais Mermonia. But I'm certain you'll get to know them in time. They're clearly seasoned veterans. Even though they work desk jobs, they still turn up in full armor. After handling my affairs, they headed to the tavern for a gathering, saying they wanted to continue last night's duel and determine who had the highest alcohol tolerance. Drinking barrels of beer the night before, yet being able to work with clear minds the next day.
Mondstadters like nothing more than to unwind with a drink after work.
So what you're saying is, while Mondstadters may seem carefree, they actually have an admirable ability to know their limits when it comes to drinking.
Balance is key. And Mondstadt's scenery. Have you seen much of Mondstadt yet?
I've seen a little. I took a stroll around the city the first day I got here. Navia's done some rather extensive research on this place. Many of the scenes and illustrations for the tabletop troupe were inspired by views of Mondstadt. However, the way she describes the atmosphere in her world building is quite different from the real Mondstadt. The deepest impression I've got since arriving here is one of swords and shields.
Swords and shields?
Perhaps because I've mostly just visited the blacksmith and the training grounds. Recently, the newer weapons and armor produced in Mondstadt have been created using a completely different heat treatment process from those in Fontaine, with a higher carbon content in the surface layer. While this has slightly reduced their overall toughness, their impact resistance has greatly improved. These newer weapons give off a smell like overbrewed coffee.
That's quite the comparison.
Perhaps it's because that scent gave me such a positive first impression. You see, Fontaine's signature metalwork is often coated with a protective agent that contains Marcotte. Over time, the faint fragrance becomes overly sweet. And for some reason, it makes my teeth feel funny. I don't imagine the scent of Mondstadt's swords and shields would cause the same level of irritation.
Well, I've definitely learned something new today.
Of course, there is a solution to this problem. The next time you find yourself in Fontaine, there's another protective agent I can recommend. One that's as neutral as water, without any excess fragrance. If you also dislike being bombarded with sweetness, this protective agent should suit you well.
Nothing too sweet. There we go. Emily likes to drink tea. How about you?
Are you already planning the details of our hypothetical get-together? Based on my previous experiences with alcohol, I'd guess my tolerance is similar to Emily's. Fruit liqueur is probably my limit. So when the time comes, I think you'd be best off mixing similar drinks for the both of us.
There we go. I think I've come up with a drink that'll be more to your liking. Please, wait a moment.
All right. I'll make sure I'm mentally prepared. Even if it's still a bit strong, I'll do my best to finish it.
Right, fruit wine, caramel, and wolf hook. We'll do small bits. Shake properly. Alright. This should do. And star salt. The Leisure Time Lightning. Based on a caramel blaze, this novel cocktail was concocted specially for Clarand. After visiting Mondstadt with impressions shaped by the tabletop troupe, the Lightning Swift champion duelist is especially sensitive to metallic notes, showing a clear preference for flavors with a hint of salt. In her everyday choices, she also favors drinks with a gentle tartness to cut through richness. For most bartenders, balancing these two demands would require extreme care, but after honing your craft at the Angel's Share and the flagship, you can precisely control every note in the cup. To help Clarand get into a relaxed mood on her tour of Mondstadt, you wonder if calling this a Leisure Time Lightning might be a good choice.
Alright, this new creation is called Leisure Time Lightning. A cocktail made exclusively for champion duelists. Enjoy.
Have you added fruit wine? It tastes wonderful. This is ideal for me. There's a subtle saltiness that combines well with the tartness of the fruit and the sweetness of the caramel. Each sip balances delicately on the edge of perfection. The color of the wine also fits well with the name, and the lightning imagery contrasts with the fiery nature of the caramel glaze. But where does the leisure time part come in?
Don't you find Mondstadt to be a leisurely place?
I see. That certainly matches the impression this cocktail gives me. Its unique aroma and taste will hold a special place in my memories of
I'm glad
Mondstadt.
you liked it.
Do you think, if the chance were to present itself, you'd be interested in mixing drinks somewhere else? A cafe, for instance, or the Hotel de Bourg.
Why do you ask?
Mostly for Navia and Miss Farina's sake. Though obviously I'd be more than happy to try more of your masterpieces myself.
Of course. I'd love to let everyone have a taste.
I understand. I won't try to strong-arm you. In any case, I truly appreciate your hospitality. Thanks to you, whether I'm summarizing the key lessons from my exchange with Miss Eula, or discussing strategy with the Knights of Favonius, I'll be in my best condition.
Alright, that was cocktail number 4. I believe we have 2 more to go. I will say, the only upside to this is just the character interaction. Getting to sit down and talk with the cast is certainly amusing. Though I will say you do have to be in the right mood for this. Because it is very slow otherwise. Good weather, good mood. A bright red hat and curious eyes peek out from behind the counter. Hearing the buzz, Mondstadt's strongest fighter has dropped by to check out the drink stand. Are we talking about Klee? There certainly shan't be any alcohol content in this next drink if so.
Huh? Is that Mr. Honorary Knight? Yippee! It's you!
Hey, it's Klee.
Auntie Eula told Klee that Miss Hertha had found someone amazing to help out. Seeing you here, Mr. Honorary Knight, Klee knows this must be the best drink stand in all of Teyvat.
So kind of you to say, Klee. That's the ultimate goal.
You mean this stand isn't already the best? Well, out of all the drink stands Klee's ever visited, Mr. Honorary Knight's is easily the best. And no matter what drinks Mr. Honorary Knight makes, Klee will definitely think they're yummy.
This time, you can criticize me all you like.
Oh, you want me to be mean? But Klee could never be mean to you. Let me think. I know! I'll pretend to be Albedo! Whenever Albedo reviews Timaeus' work, his face goes super serious, and Klee can hear every word he says.
Brilliant. Then you can be my teacher.
Get ready for Klee's super amazing order! These past few days, I've been having such a blast with Mom all day long! It's been so much fun! Even being sent to solitary confinement couldn't wipe the smile off my face. So, Klee wants to order a fair weather frolic. Anything like a bright sunny day will definitely put Klee in a super duper mood.
Got it, Miss Klee. I'll be right on it.
I wonder what it'll taste like.
Now we're definitely not using any firewater in this. Tea, caramel, and wolf hook. Unfortunately, it sounded to me as if Klee had never actually tasted this before. So, we shall see how she takes it. Small bits it is. see. Double wool. Oh, it was right at the top. Alright. And let's go Valberry. Something nice and sweet. Fairweather Frolic. A soft drink you'll find at drink stands everywhere. Sweet, tangy, and loved by all. Still, striking the perfect balance between tangy and sweet takes a practiced hand.
Your Fairweather Frolic is here. Go on, give it a try.
Wow! So, a Fairweather Frolic is this color? Purple sky. Is it supposed to be a bright, shiny night?
Maybe it's supposed to be a cloudless sky at dusk.
Clee will take a sip first. Then you can think about it more carefully. Finished! Yummy! Both sweet and sour. If Clee drank this while eating grilled fish, I could definitely gobble down 2, or 3, or 4, or even 5! But one drink isn't enough. Clee wants to try a drink that tastes like cake.
Any flavor Clee wants, she can have.
Clee doesn't know what drink to choose. Why don't we decide together, Mr. Honorary Knight?
Speaking of food, I hope you're getting 3 square meals a day.
3 square meals? Clee often eats 5 meals a day. Sometimes even 7.
Seriously? Are you a hobbit?
Adventuring takes a lot of energy, and if I eat too much at once, I can't run so well. So, it's better to eat lots of smaller meals. Albedo used to prepare all Clee's meals, and my lunchbox was always arranged so neatly, just like a pretty painting.
I think I'd like to try Albedo's cooking sometime.
When Albedo's busy at Dragonspine, Clee goes to eat with the other Knights of Favonius. Kaya's camp is usually the neatest, while Amber sometimes camps in the trees. It's so much fun. Oh, and Auntie Hertha makes the best food. When my mom comes back, there'll be even more yummy food to eat. There's this one dish where she takes loads of different fish and makes them into little pudding cubes. It's called Rainbow Fish Jelly.
You're making me hungry now.
Her Chocogo Crunchy Slices are fantastic too. It's her newest creation made with chocolate and cookies. They're a little bitter, but they're crunchy. They smell scrumptious, and they have a really sweet aftertaste. Whenever I eat them, I feel so full of energy. Next time, Clee will have to bring some for you to try.
Do you plan to eat anything else today?
Yeah, when Clee gets back home, I'm gonna eat some salted nuts while reading my book. Clee used to eat cake after dinner, but Master Jean said it's too sugary, and it's not good to eat sugary things before bed. Apparently, it makes you chubby and gives you toothaches. So, Mom got some advice from Auntie Barbie, and now she gives me nuts instead. She says they help my brain remember things better. Nuts don't have much flavor. It's like chewing on grass, but they're okay if you add a little salt.
That sounds like a great solution. Nutritious and healthy. I notice you've got some dodo candy there. That candy you brought with you looks very special.
This stuff? Mom taught me how to make it using the alchemy bench. A dash of sugar, then a lot more sugar, then some flowers from Mom's friend in Fontaine, star honey from Auntie Barbie, and finally, some magical jam from Auntie Tavia. Put everything together on the alchemy table, wish for the shape you want, then recite Mom's incantation, and poof! Dodoco candy!
That's quite the process. What an amazing treat.
Klee can give you some Dodoco candy too if you want. And if you really like them, I can even teach you my mom's incantation. That way, you can make your own candy whenever you want.
Thanks for sharing your amazing recipe, Klee.
If you get stuck, remember to come ask Klee. When it comes to magical candy, I'm an expert.
Do you have any other plans for today?
Yeah, Mom gave me an amazing book recently. She said I have to read one chapter every night, learn something useful, and then go to bed early. That book taught Klee how to make something called propellant. Now Jumpy Dumpty can go Fwah! And bounce even higher.
Is that really something you should be learning?
It's not hard at all. In fact, it's a lot like making bombs. You just have to be careful when trimming it down. It's like sharpening a pencil that could suddenly go boom. Bedtime's an important part of Klee's schedule, too. Mom sits by my side and tells me all kinds of wonderful stories. She has a lamp made of gemstones, and when she turns it on, it goes kabling and lights up the ceiling.
Does the ceiling show scenes from the stories?
Yeah! When something happens in the story, the lights on the ceiling make pretty pictures. Sometimes Mom falls asleep before the story ends, so Klee has to tuck her in instead. As soon as Klee learns how to use the lamp, I can come tell you stories, Mr. Honorary Knight.
I'll be waiting.
Klee has memorized so many wonderful stories, enough to make everyone happy every day.
There must be some ingredients that are both healthy and sweet.
Oh yeah! Klee still wants to eat sweet things, like cake, for example. Maybe we could just go easy on the cream? Or add more fruit? Oh, right! That friend of Mom's who's always wearing glasses gave her a big bag of Fontanian Buell fruit. They're so round and rolly. Klee ate a whole bunch of those, and they were super sweet. But Master Jean said it was okay, because sweet fruit isn't the same as sweet sugar. So if Klee really has to eat nuts, maybe I can just soak them in some fruit juice first?
Alright. We have our recipe. Let's get to mixing. Alright, I think I know how to improve that drink. Let me mix another one for you.
Yeah, that was quick. Klee's looking forward to finding out how tasty your next concoction is.
Alright, milk, fermented juice, and cocoa. Any size will do, huh? Any intensity, so we'll go gentle. We'll go classic tall. And a unique garnish for this one. Fairweather Frolic Special Blend. Based on a Fairweather Frolic, this novel cocktail was concocted specially for Klee. The original Fairweather Frolic had a purple hue, but it wasn't quite cheerful enough, so let's add a touch of sunshine and a few fluffy clouds to capture that warm, happy feeling. Sweetness is a must, but staying healthy matters too. That's why the juice was carefully chosen with Master Jean's approval, with sweetness coming from Buell fruits, and most important of all, Dodoko candy. Its tasty magic has yet to be placed right at the top of the clouds.
Ta-da! It's done! I just know you're going to love this new creation.
Wow! There's Dodoko candy on top! There's so much orange in this cup, and Dodoko looks like he's lying on top of white fluffy clouds. And the weather inside looks much better,
Would
too.
you like to taste it?
Yummy! It's so delicious! Klee has to drink slowly. I can't just gulp it down, or I'll miss all the yummy flavor! Mr. Honorary Knight, this is amazing! It's like you mixed sunshine with juice! Klee was so tired from playing, but now I feel refreshed. And warm. And peaceful. Oh. You're the best, Mr. Honorary Knight.
How about you choose a name for this drink, Klee? I'm sure you'll come up with something amazing.
Really? Let me think. When the weather's nice and Dodoko's happy, Dodoko will want to sing, right? And when Dodoko sings, Klee wants to sing too. So, let's call it Dodoko's Duet.
What a wonderful name. Your names are the best.
Thank you! And thanks for making such a yummy drink for Klee. Klee's gonna go tell Mom that the best drink in Mondstadt right now is Dodoko's Duet.
I passed your test, Miss Klee.
Klee's gonna write down Mom's incantation and give you a copy, Mr. Honorary Knight. Then you should learn magic too, so you can make all the candies you want. See you next time.
See you around, Klee. Alright, that was cocktail number 5. 1 to go. Honestly, this cocktail making has taken longer than pretty much the entire actual plot of this event. It's a good thing I'm on the weekend. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had time for all this. Oh, and we got an extra dodo candy. How nice. Oh, the Grand Master's Composite Challenge. Heavy footsteps echo from afar. Even before the broad-shouldered figure comes into view, you steel yourself behind the counter. The most seasoned drinker in Mondstadt has arrived to put your mixology skills to the test. Varka, our final challenger. I suppose that's fitting.
So Hertha's even roped our honorary knight into helping with this little venture. Now that I'm finally free to relax, it's time to start doing just that.
I am here as a willing employee this time.
Can't wait to see your skills in action. Give me something that goes well with casual conversation, but still packs a punch.
Are you sure those requirements don't clash?
Of course they don't clash. A drink that packs a punch means you have to drink it slowly. And if you want to chat, then it has to go down smooth. So, something with a sweet aftertaste. A conversational connoisseur requires the perfect balance. The most suitable choice on this menu would be the Thorny Lake. It's a drink with a real kick that you can find in almost every bar. It's not enough to know the recipe, though. The key is in the mixing. Some bartenders choose to stick to the tried and tested basics, while others like to add their own personal flavor.
Alright, I'll give it my best shot.
That's the spirit. Now, show me what you've got.
Okay, fire water, fizzy water, and cocoa. Small bits. And shake hard. And Master Goblet L. Let's go with a lemon slice. Haven't used that one yet. Thorny Lake. A classic drink that traces its origins to Fontaine's Fishers. Built on a base of firewater with cocoa adding a hint of sweetness, its sparkling fizz pricks the palate like countless tiny spikes, delivering a lingering tingle. After rising to popularity in Fontaine, it quickly swept across to Vat, becoming one of the enduring classics among specialty drinks.
Grandmaster, I hereby present you with this Thorny Lake for your enjoyment and assessment.
Well, the color and aroma are certainly on point. But as for the balance of flavors, I'll just have to taste it and find out. Not bad. You haven't overdone or skimped on any single ingredient. Though, unfortunately, it's a little too, polite for my taste.
Polite? How can a drink be polite?
Perhaps I should have said modest. You followed the formula to a T, but if anything, you've played it a little too safe. Were you worried that deviating just a little might disappoint me?
That's exactly what happened.
Hey, we fought side by side and dealt with things that even gods were loath to meddle with. Ours is a friendship forged in the margins between life and death. That said, if you ask me, you can ditch the nerves and work your mixologist magic. I'm looking for something that shocks the senses.
Alright, I'll get the creative juices flowing.
Mull it over, there's no rush. We can chat while you think. Who knows? You might just find some inspiration to mix in with your magic.
Drinking in a garden feels different from a tavern, right? Given the environment, why not try something with a floral twist?
Ha! I like your style. Speaking of this garden, it brings back memories of something that happened many years ago. When I was young, I liked to find ruined guards to test my fighting skills, both armed and unarmed. Once, I failed to take down a stray missile, and it ended up destroying a watchtower on the city walls. As punishment, I had to run 50 laps around the city, repair the watchtower, and help rebuild the shattered walls in this garden.
It's hard to imagine you getting disciplined so severely.
Indeed. Among the misadventures of my youth, this is one of the most memorable ones. Mostly because that day, Crepus saw me covered in dirt. He took 2 bottles of 100-year-old wine and sent D-Luke, who looked even younger than Mika does today, to work out a clever way to get rid of Faru, who was guarding me. It was so hot that day, I could swear I was about to pass out. On a whim, I picked some mint leaves, put them in one of the wine bottles, and the result turned out to be surprisingly tasty. After Crepus tried it too, he was full of praise. He even wrote up an official recipe for my spontaneous creation. His customers loved it. Several summers passed, and Crepus kept writing letters about giving me a share of the profits, as though I could possibly accept.
That must have been so long ago. Long before I came to Mondstadt.
Yes, good old Crepus. Faru retired years ago, but he still gives me a stern stare every time we meet. He's a stubborn one. D-Luke, who replaced him, and then Kaya, who took over later, both performed impeccably. Changing times will always belong to the youth. He should have admitted defeat long ago. When I get the chance, I'll have Kaya show him the amazing progress the cavalry company has made.
Besides being too polite, are there any other issues with my thorny lake?
Well, let me think. I guess you could say it lacks impact. Even when following the same recipe, the techniques used to mix different ingredients can affect the taste. Sometimes, deliberately creating layers between spirits can bring out the different waves as each one hits the taste buds in sequence. In this regard, too, you've taken quite a tentative approach. Why not be a little bolder?
I think I understand.
Ha ha ha. You catch on quickly. No need to explain further.
This massive tankard.
Pretty awesome, huh? It's like a hammerhead that you can fill with wine when you're not using it to pound in nails. It was a gift. Hoffman came up with the idea, Charles supplied the design, Wagner helped cast it. And about 10 or so knights chipped in to pay for the materials. They've been waiting to have a good drink with me. And this is my crucial weapon to aid me in a fair duel with them all.
A fair duel, you say?
I'm the Grand Master, after all. I've been drinking a lot longer than them. I've practiced more assiduously, and I have a bit more, meat to absorb the blows. So it's only fair to my subordinates that I drink a teensy bit more per round.
That's a little more than just teensy.
Of course, some of them have been training as long as I have, and those ones won't be getting any special treatment. Take Hazelnut 3 and Hazelnut 5, for example. Both were skilled warriors who helped me deal with Eric back in the day. But nowadays, I have them helping Jean with miscellaneous duties. At today's after-work cooldown, they insisted on trying to keep pace. In the end, they lost our game of darts and ended up passed out on the floor. I've already told Jean that I won't be approving their leave request for tomorrow, no matter what.
Rather harsh, don't you think? Though I suppose self-inflicted injuries don't deserve much sympathy, do they? Anyway, on the subject of this garden, it's become a popular venue for hosting events.
It's a treasured place that the Knights of Favonius have maintained for years. So it makes sense that it's become the go-to location for organizing such things. I heard that while the expedition was underway, you were a great help in giving those left behind the opportunity to put their energy to good use. Sometimes, I look through the photos I've been given from those events. Though unfortunately, there aren't enough to include everybody. My conclusion is that Mondstadt needs to do more to popularize the camera.
I see. I wonder how these events might have turned out if you were here and not away on the expedition.
If I were in charge of organizing events, well, I suppose everyone would revolve around fine wine, or at the very least, there would be some sort of tasting involved. For example, we could go all in on this drink stand and open it to the whole city, with every company of the Knights selecting one or more mixologists to compete against each other.
I should have guessed. That's exactly your style.
It's only a thought. Can't let things get too out of hand. If I were to actually throw a grand banquet, Jean would come after me with her sword drawn. Even Frederica would launch a punitive expedition. While in Notcry, we had a rule that knights must never get drunk while at their posts. Otherwise, it could lead to dereliction of duty, with serious consequences.
That sounds like a sensible rule.
Exactly. As expedition members return to their companies, my hope is that this rule will gradually spread to everyone in Mondstadt too. Just like firewater and Smedina, these Notcry delicacies have made their way into Mondstadt's households and become part of people's daily lives. Young people need to learn restraint.
I didn't know you had that side to you. The fabled seasoned drinker's self-control.
At the end of the day, no one should be biting off more than they can chew. Unless it's someone near my level, they shouldn't even be thinking about enjoying a light buzz when they've still got work to do. Most people would just end up a whole lot drunker than they'd like. You should come practice with me on weekends. Trust me, once I've drunk them under the table, they'll be swearing off wine for a whole week.
What is it people say? Don't believe in fables? Alright. And that is everything. Okay, let's get mixing. The good news is, I think I know what to make for you. Can I borrow your hammer, please?
Huh? Oh, feel free. Whatever you're about to do, I've got a feeling I've hit the jackpot.
Right. Firewater, smetana, and mint. Let's go large pieces then. And a gentle shake. And of course, the Grand Master's Mega Tankard. Let's go Valberry. Thorny Lake Special Blend. Based on a thorny lake, this novel cocktail was concocted specially for Varka. Having tasted countless fine drinks, the Grandmaster invites you to go all out and let your creativity run free. So you launch an unconventional kind of offensive just for him. The first impact comes from mint's cool freshness and herbal notes, striking the palate on entry. Carefully preserved layers then move into the mask. To mask the raw strength of the firewater at the core, delivering the decisive blow. Finally, smetana brings up the rear, anchoring the finish with precision and leaving no loose ends. Well, whether this bold, multi-layered experience will satisfy the Grandmaster, only he can say.
Here you go, Grandmaster. A cocktail just for you. I guarantee you won't find this one too polite.
Such a spirited drink. How did you make this? Well, the burning scent of firewater. Oh, it's as if the very air were about to ignite. This is more like it. Perfection. It's clear that once you let go of your inhibitions, your talents really shine through. That first hint of mint is like a cooling feint that masks the firewater underneath. By the time the sweetness dissipates, the firewater is already slipped in behind your guard, ready to deliver a powerful strike of intense flavor. Oh, it's exactly the impact I was hoping for.
And that's topped off with a hint of smetana, so the aftertaste won't feel too light.
That's the most ingenious part. Firewater's greatest flaw is a lack of aftertaste, but the smetana perfectly maintains the flavor at the peak of its intensity.
The real inspiration came from everything you said.
It's hard to imagine something this good was created by a mixologist who doesn't even drink firewater. I think it has the potential to become a firm favorite in Mondstadt and Nodcry.
The Knight of Boreas' symbol is a wolf, while the Knights of Favonius are as sturdy as iron. So how about calling this drink an Iron Wolf?
Iron Wolf. Oh, perfect. It's elegant, yet wild. Only you could come up with such a fitting name. Oh, I have an idea. Why don't we name our Knights of Favonius' drink stand after you? Let's call it the Honorary Knights Cocktail Shack. No time to waste. I'll go have a word with Glenfiddia right away.
Well, I dare say the Grand Master enjoyed that. And a triumphant note to end on, at least as concerns our drink making. But we have one further challenge to undertake, namely, Kaya's combat challenges. Just what I need as an aftertaste. Oh.
Hey there, traveler! All wrapped up for the day? Paimon hears you did a great job holding down the fort while she was out delivering drinks with Glenfiddia.
I've been feeling inspired.
Whatever the reason, the Honorary Knight is clearly one of the most talented mixologists in Mondstadt. Considering how short a time he's been doing this, I believe that someday he has the potential to give the legendary bartender at the Cat's Tail a run for her money.
I fully support your decision, Grandmaster. The Honorary Knight has really put in the hard yards. The drink stand will remain open for a little while longer to provide a proper welcome to our returning expedition members. Then, once we locate suitable premises, we also plan to look at operating a permanent service.
Hooray! Everyone in the Knights of Favonius will get to drink all the delicious cocktails they like!
Nothing short of what I'd expect from a true disciple of Hertha. You've really considered this thoroughly, Glenfiddia.
Also, if I may, Honorary Knight, regarding the special cocktails you've developed, would you mind leaving the recipes with us? We'd like to add them to the official
Of
menu.
course. That way everyone can try them.
Paimon feels like there's something you still want to say. Let Paimon have a guess. Based on your personality, you probably want to introduce the origin of each different cocktail. That way, customers will know who inspired you to create these amazing drinks.
Right on the Mora. You know me so well, Paimon.
No problem at all. If you need, I can even have someone draft the paperwork on your behalf to secure you the rights to these new recipes.
I hope when we recruit some new bartenders, they'll be able to learn from your incredible skills. Even if they can't quite match your work, if they could be 2/3 as good, that would still make them industry leaders.
I thank you for the vote of confidence, Grandmaster. Now, it's time we collected our rewards. Nope, wrong one. Alright then. Last up, fierce and unrelenting gales. Or well, Lionfang's radiant onslaught, to be more general. And I believe that's right over here. Oh well. No voiced lines for this, it seems. Why does it have Knightly in the name? Hmm. Let's witness the shadow of the Lion Fang Knight in action. Alright then. About the shadow of the Lion Fang Knight. I remember hearing something about this inspector before. What's done is done, I fear. Why do you only ever call Jean by her surname? Let's not jinx ourselves. And what of you, Horkin? What can you tell me about the General Affairs Company? Sounds like a pretty cozy position. Why's that? Ah. So what's your situation? Ooh. Not too bad, he says, and then compound fracture to both legs. Ouch. Have you considered using prosthetics? Spare your parents worry. Deeply admires, you say? When you put it like that... I see. Younger brother, eh? Alright, well. Time to begin Lion Fang's Radiant Onslaught. In Lion Fang's Radiant Onslaught, defeat as many enemies as possible within the time limit to achieve a higher battle rating. After the challenge ends, corresponding rewards will be awarded based on the battle rating. During the battle, Aegis will continuously accumulate over time. Defeating enemies or completing specific activity objectives allows for faster accumulation of Aegis. Once Aegis reaches its maximum value, you can summon the Shadow of the Lion Fang Knight for support. Direct the Shadow of the Lion Fang Knight to unleash powerful sword pressure strikes and deal devastating blows to enemies. The Shadow of the Lion Fang Knight will circle the battlefield as it moves. By adjusting the camera, you can change the attack direction for sword pressure. When directing the Shadow of the Lion Fang Knight, weaknesses on enemies will be marked. By unleashing sword pressure to attack said weak points, you can deal massive damage. Breaking a blue weakness will reduce the enemy's HP by half, while breaking a red weakness will instantly defeat the enemy. Additionally, destroying multiple weak points with a single sword pressure release will grant extra battle rating based on the number of weak points destroyed when defeating enemies. Direct the Shadow of the Lion Fang Knight to defeat enemies. After achieving a certain battle rating, its power will be further enhanced. Apply various buff effects to sword pressure to deliver even more astonishing hit effects. Naturally, we're going to Legend straight away. Right, let's see. 60 Prima Gems potential per engagement. Excellent. Alright. Fierce and unrelenting gales. Pierces through sharp sword pressure. Pierces through multiple opponents, dealing damage to all targets along a straight line. I notice ice and water for these enemies. Ah, and they're giving us Varka. And Durin, so we'll definitely be wanting to do a proper Varka team. I think I'll use my Durin, and cap it off with Mawika. I might use Bennett, but I think at the moment, lacking Venti, I'll use Jean for the healer instead. Alright, so swirl reaction. Yep, swirling the enemies gives us the bonus, and Varka can do that almost single-handedly. Alright.
Light of the blazing sun! Decay! New life! Leave it to me!
I swear by my sword! Go as far!
Maria sweeping in! Shrimp!
Interesting that we're using a 4-star weapon.
Rise with the decay! New life! Stay back! Leave it to
Barbados, guide us.
I don't know, I don't think I care for the great big old club for Varka.
Shrimp! Thunder! Maria sweeping in! Pyroclastic surge! Voltron! A turning point in fate! Watch out! Watch out!
Wind, hear me.
Light of the blazing sun!
Well, definitely scored over 6,000 for this, which is good enough.
Barbados, guide us. Go as planned!
Flash! Flash! Light it up!
Perhaps next time I'll try a Sunfire Gene backup for Varka. Alright. Victory achieved. On to the next. Assault from the heights above. Furnace Weasel. Going to want a plunge attack for that, aren't I? And when you know it. Let's see now. I think we'll go with the Chevreuse Overload team. So, there's Chevreuse. Let's see. I think we'll go Durin for some extra fire. And Inefa can't really hurt. Granted, we can't use Lunar Charge with this setup, but I don't think that'll matter too much. At the very least, Inefa will prevent us getting interrupted. So that should more than make up for the lack of Hydro in the lineup. Alright.
Installation chamber deployed.
The story has only just begun! Leave it to me!
Hands where I can see them! It's justice o'clock! Headbutt! It's justice o'clock! Fiatena! Grant me strength!
Preparing for dust up. Defensive mode.
The story has only just begun! Leave it to me! Leave it...
Justice will prevail! It's justice o'clock!
One problem I'm seeing with this setup is that the enemies are getting staggered and knocked away from each other by the overload reaction.
Installation chamber deployed. Ultimatum protocol.
And for that reason, I'm actually getting lower value.
Leave it to me! What?
You asked for it! It's justice o'clock! Headbutt! Height! Look out below!
Annihilation mode. Defensive mode.
The story has only just begun! Stay back!
Hands where I can see them! Maximum power! It's justice o'clock! Charge! Kia! Hit! Hi! Hut! Yeah! Oof! It's justice o'clock!
Yep. This one... Didn't quite work out. Although... Oh, max score I needed was only 4,000. Okay. So it didn't work as well as my previous one, but still good enough to get all the rewards. Alright, on to the Fortress of the North. Looks like Geo might be good for this one. Ah, so it is. So, I think we'll go with my standard Zibai team. Let's see... There we go. This should do nicely. Allegedly, Linnea is going to be an excellent support for Zabai specifically.
Things are about to get
But
dicey.
we're quite a ways off from getting her just yet.
Lofty wisdom will show us the way.
Stabilize. This is order.
Confirmed. Game's up. Fun's over. Be cleansed. Like the dust. Divine light, shield them. Like the dust.
I will say, Hedwig's idea of what Jean's power level can get to is almost silly.
I will have order.
Because Jean is nowhere close to this strong.
Busted.
Honestly, kinda feels like after this, they're going to have to give Jean a Hexen Circle buff. Otherwise, this just seems cruel.
This is
Showing us just how powerful people think Jean is, and then having to compare her with the actual in-game Jean.
Gotcha.
It just isn't fair.
Lofty wisdom will show us the way.
Like the dust.
Alright, 9,000. Ample for the 3 stars. Alright. The place where snow formed ranks. Thunder Wyeb, eh? Ah, cryo team for this one. Yeah, just the thing. Now the only question is, did I forget to re-equip the Mist-Splitter on my Skirk? Because occasionally I have her using Calamity of Eshu. I tend to switch between Calamity of Eshu and Mist-Splitter. Alright, we have Mist-Splitter, we're good. Because sometimes I wind up going to Clarand for a bit. And whenever I switch to Clarand, I always give her the Mist-Splitter. I don't have that many 5-star swords that work for both Clarand and for Skirk, after all.
Here comes the catch.
Time to shine!
The pinnacle of excellence. A dash of...
Oh, now this is just unfair to these poor ruin guards.
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
Let my name echo in song!
A burst of flavor.
Off to the breach! Extinguish!
Here comes the catch. Gotcha.
Let the world collide!
Goose on the loose. A little of this
Very low to the ground, these ones.
Game's up. Time's over. Quietly now.
Let my name echo in song! A burst of flavor! Up to the freezer! Surge! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Here comes the cash. Gotcha.
Let the world collide! Juice on the loose! A little amuse... extinguished! Yeah!
Alright, 8,000. Not a bad run. On to Fire Warrior's Charge. Chaska, huh? After the active character consumes Night Soul points, attack and crit damage are increased by 50%. Okay. So, Night Soul damage, eh? I wonder. I know they're giving us Chaska, but let's try using my Mawika setup instead. Should work just as well. We'll see if I'm wrong about the Tenebrous Papilla, I guess. Mawika should still be able to dish out damage quick enough. Certainly with Farina helping. But we shall see. Only one enemy at a time. That's interesting.
Time to shine!
Wrath from the skies! Try and stop me! Incinerate!
Get to work! Shower me with...
Letting brave names echo.
Pyroclastic surge! Try and stop me!
Deep Lolline! Deep Papa! Get him! Let my name echo in song!
Hear the echoes of the valley.
Wrath from the sky!
Well, we passed 4,000 already.
Incinerate!
Okay. just made it over 7,000. Alright. So, my choice worked out. Moeka was good enough for that run. Alright, now for the final challenge. Prism of Moonlight and Lightning. Wild hunt everywhere. Well, I think I have my solution for this one. Just going straight to my Flint and Effa Columbina setup.
Ultimatum protocol. Installation chamber.
A new moon rises. Search.
The night coming. Observe. Fear the dark. Be silent. Night falls.
Cleanup sequence initiated. Preparing for dust up.
A moonlit night for all. Covenant of the Deep.
Observe. The long sleep beckons. Close your eyes. To dust.
Annihilation mode.
Surge. Three moons converge.
The night cometh. Be silent. Close your eyes. Do not fear the dark.
Defensive mode engaged. Preparing for dust up.
A new moon rises.
Beware the creatures of the night.
Annihilation mode.
Three moons converge. Sure, bring refuge. Hold the
The long sleep beckons. Observe. Night falls. Be silent. Night falls.
Cleanup sequence in
A new moon rises. Rebuild.
Alright, 10,000. My best score yet. And with that, we finished all of the challenges. Alright. Now to collect our winnings. Alright, that should be everything. Now then, it's time to collect the full event rewards. Okay. Yep, we definitely Let's see, joyful welcome. Oh, there's more. Oh, right, I didn't collect his drink. Okay. Was wondering what I missed there. And now for Windscape Splendor. Phantasmal Gift Star Omen. Oh, it's actually a weapon skin. Phantasmal Gift Star Omen. In principle, many phenomena in this world can be called images. Therefore, the image you glimpsed in the crystal ball can, in a sense, be considered an extension of physical reality. In short, even if Alice and Nicole don't acknowledge it, hydromancy is still very much a real thing. Neat. All right. Now we have collected all of those rewards, and we can gather some from the battle pass, too. All the way to 36. Yep, so a whole bunch more goodies for us. And with that, we've completed all of the major festivities for this event. So there's only one thing left to do, and that is to make a few wishes. And it seems only fitting that we make these wishes in the hands of the Animo Archon. After all, Varka shared drinks with the Animo Archon in this very spot during this story. So it seems only fitting to try and have him join our cast here. Now, at this very moment, we are at 72 pity. So, well, going to drag this out just a little. Permanent banner wish. Nothing good. Well, I say that and then I get thrilling tales. Anywho, okay. Wish number 73. Oh. Oh, he wanted to tease me with that. Oh, Sethos. We have him at C6 already, so that's another wish for us. 74. Okay, next is going to be 75. And we have a 50% chance of this wish being a 5-star. And then a 50% chance that it'll be Varka. So, 75. Going to drag this out on me. 76. 77. Yes, there we go. Come on, come on, come on. Ha-ha!
Allow me to introduce myself again, though you're probably bored of hearing it by now. I am Varka, Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, Mondstadt's Knight of Boreas. I'm here to fulfill the Favonian pledge. I swear by my sword you shall not fall while I stand.
Oh, well met again, Grandmaster. Yep, had no guarantee for this, so I am ecstatic. I was genuinely starting to dread that I wasn't even going to get a 5-star at this particular wish. At this wishing session, that is. I was thinking they were going to drag this out into the 80s. Thankfully, no, they didn't. Well, we have a few more wishes. And I still want C6 Shanling, so let's have a go. And last one. Oh well. Shanling has been dodging me for a fair while. Oh, I've been playing this game for 2-3 years now, and I still don't have C6 Shanling. But... Nope, wrong one. We have Varka at last.
The first knightly virtue is humility. Only by letting go of your ego and being willing to learn can you grow day by day.
Yep, thankfully I have plenty of wolf hook.
The second knightly virtue is honesty. Deceitful and cunning words might win you the upper hand in the moment, but a victory won by the blade never lies.
Then I can actually get to level 60 right now. But alas, that's as far as we can take the Grandmaster for now. I will have to go hunting for these severed tails. What a splendid note to end on. But, since we have Varka, I think we'll use the wishes he's granted us. And then call it quits for now. Oh well. Would have been lovely if I got a Shanling from that. Through sheer luck, but... oh well. On that triumphant note, we'll end today's episode. If you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do check out my Elden Ring Let's Play, as well as my playthrough of the Genshin Impact main story. And, as always, have a good day.